Oh, it's starting.
Now we are.
Okay.
We are live.
Now we're alive.
Welcome to PTV Live.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, villagers. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, we're
Ben,
getting all
who did you
stuff.
say is already in the stream?
We have Two Real Geeks, Cargo, and Noah, and that appears to be all. And Juan. Juan has joined us too.
Oh, thank
Hi,
you,
Juan.
Juan. Thanks for being here.
Hi.
Oh, okay. It says that. Oh, we just got a message saying Hangouts on Air is going away later this year.
What is?
Hangouts on Air is going away this year. For quick streaming, try youtube.com/webcam. We're going to figure out what's going on. That's news to me.
Oh, Hangouts live. So they're going to still keep this, right?
That's what they just said. Hangouts on Air is going away. So we'll figure out what's going on.
But it's not going away. Of this.
No, it's going away.
But it's not going away.
Yes, it's going. They just said it's going away.
But what are they going to substitute it with?
They just said YouTube webcams.
So we'll find out what's going
the
on.
New Hangout. That's what I'm saying.
Yep, yeah. Two Real Geeks. YouTube's changing things again, but that's a perpetual thing. So you just can't get used to anything. You got to be ready for change all the time.
All right, so we have Derek and Gregory from D&G Explorers, and we've got the Disney Nerd Herders in the house now too.
Disney Nerd Herders, what are you doing? I'm surprised to see you on the stream tonight. I thought you'd be packing for Disney World. By the way, guys, dilly dilly.
Yeah, not exciting as watermelon and homemade tequila. Yeah, I'll have to hear all about that later.
Oh my gosh, Charlie. Oh, I'm so excited for you. You're going to Walt Disney World. I mean, I could barely breathe. I'm sure I'd be so excited.
I could barely breathe, probably because of the humidity.
I want to go during Christmas. I'm
obsessed
of going to Christmas.
Oh, it's great to have everyone here tonight.
Yeah, hi guys.
We love our villagers. Thank you so much for being here. Oh boy, what a week it's been.
Yeah, it was. 2 days back.
Yeah, 2 days back into the real world, and I've been sick today. I've had a bit of a sore throat and things. I think I picked something up when we were on vacation.
There's too many cooties out there.
Okay. They're cleaning off a hard drive to make room for a video. Good thing. Good thinking, Charlie. Definitely. You want to have that. Nothing is as bad as running out of storage when you're trying to do vlogs.
Costco, cheap hard drives.
Definitely.
Get a lot of hard drives, super cheap. Terabytes and terabytes. So,
Two Real Geeks, they're going in September.
Gosh.
Oh, wonderful. That would be great.
Yeah.
So, what a week.
What a week.
I mean, prices. Can you believe the prices on the annual passes?
I saw
Did you see the news, Ben?
No, I was working today.
No, that was yesterday.
It happened yesterday.
I worked yesterday too, and it's just been 2 weird days back at the office.
It's been very weird. I was cranking so much stuff out. So many people need so much attention. But yesterday in the morning, Walt Disney World upped their prices. And we're not talking, let's do $30 here or $40 here. On their main one is now equivalent to Disneyland. It's like $1,200.
It was a significant jump.
Huge.
And people,
$240 or $250.
Yeah, people were hyperventilating over it, and I don't blame them.
Then I watched Nicole from Zippity Doodad's wife, Nicole, last night.
Yeah.
And she talked about, does it still justifiable to buy an annual pass for Walt Disney World where they live? And she said yes. Even though the upgrade is because of the discounts to the hotel rooms, because they don't have a DVC, they do everything on a budget. And because if you go twice a year, 4 times, it pays for itself.
Yeah. Still, it's just a hard pill to swallow. Just every increase, especially one so significant. And I understand. I feel their pain.
Yeah.
We had to forego annual passes for a little while at Disneyland until we could figure things out.
It's a lot. And you're not, if it's one person, it's one thing, but it's, $10, $1,200, $11 to $1,200. But when there's 2 and you got 2 of us,
we're seeing some chatter here. Doing a little chat check here.
Yeah.
We have some things. Let's see. People are saying hi to each other, but I believe the price. Cannot believe the price updates. It's been the trend. And yeah, it's ridiculous. The prices, OMG, according to D&G Explorers.
It's a lot to swallow, but you have to look at, what do you spend your money on? Is this this is your thing? And when you actually figure it out on how much you're going to go, how much you're going to spend, it's just, $1,200-$1,100. And then when you have two people, that's $2,400. That's a lot of money.
One is saying we need a merch haul from Disneyland.
Oh well. So that's what
funny.
The whole topic we were going to go through.
Yeah, funny you should say that. We're not going to be doing a haul tonight. We're going to be doing it actually next week in a way. Ben will be over this weekend. We're going to be recording a video it's going to be one of the episodes of the vlog that we're doing for our recent trip to Southern California. And as long as I've mentioned Juan, thanks again.
You're a sweet guy.
He is the first villager that we've met out in the wild.
Yes.
Someone that we had not previously known. It's one thing, your family and friends, they subscribe to you when you first start your channel. But when you start gaining steam and there are other people out there that are interested in what you're doing and they find your channel, it is so exciting to meet someone like that in person. So Juan, again, thank you so much for meeting us at Trader Sam's.
Yeah.
He brought us chocolate coins. What a nice guy.
Yeah. I know. Who doesn't like chocolate? That was great.
He just shows up. He saw his live stream, all of a sudden, poof, he's there. But that's, I guess, what we wanted to do is how could someone spend, or how can a group of people spend 9 hours in downtown Disney and never go into a park? When you said that to me, Ben, when we left, he goes, we were here 9 hours. And we never stepped foot in the park.
Hey,
that
Steve.
Was kind of like
Hiking Deep with Steve with Hiking Deep.
Hi, guy.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
So that's why we're going to talk about is how could people not go to inside the parks, but still end up spending 9 hours in downtown Disney.
And that's just part of what we're going to talk about.
And I don't feel like we did everything. So
we had an entire weekend of interesting experiences.
Yeah, Doug refers to us spending 9 hours. That's not the only thing I spent while I was at downtown Disney.
Oh, I'm not going there. I saw
my credit card is still steaming.
I was amused by how much you were just going crazy. And we're just like, la, la, la.
Janine, Disney DIY, thanks for joining the stream. And Noah says, hashtag Juan Rodriguez, Disneyland legend.
Yeah, he's definitely...
I agree with that.
We had a good time.
Okay, Juan is also telling us that technically the chocolate coins he gave us are from Disneyland proper because he went into the park to purchase them.
Oh. Thank you, Juan.
That's good to know.
Thank you.
They're on our little coffee table candy dish.
Oh, Zippity Doo Dad. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
We were just talking about Nicole, Patrick.
Hey Patrick, didn't you just go see Toy Story tonight? I think you
did.
I saw him earlier tonight on Corey Meets World's live stream from Epcot. And Patrick said, yeah, we're going to go see Toy Story. So Forky's in the house.
Oh my gosh.
By the way, Patrick,
we want to see it, Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick, that was absolutely fantastic. The this and that episode, everyone is talking about it. Steve's Worlds, that video has got like over 300 views now already.
Is this what everybody's dressed up?
Yeah, everyone's dressed up. Oh man,
I gotta see that.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see it when it happened, so I'll have to go back and watch.
Yeah, but I wanted to talk to Zippity Doo Dad that Nicole's video yesterday and her justification that you're going to get annual passes was kind of funny. I watched it, and she's a lot like me, where you're just like, no, we're going to do this. So, but that was a real sweet video, so that was kind of cool.
So we have a series of vlogs that I finally have all the raw video downloaded on my computer, so we're going to be starting the editing this weekend and then posting as quickly as we possibly can. But we started on Friday morning and we left for Southern California. Ben, what time did you wake up that morning?
Oh my gosh, I want to say it was like 10 after 4?
Yeah, I think so.
Earlier than Elmer Fudd chasing Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I got up at 4:45.
I got up at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I was up at quarter
Got up
5, and
and-
we let's see, Ben. I guess you left the house at 5. Came and picked us up at 5:30.
Got petrol at Costco, and we were on the road at like a
Just
Six.
just a little after
little-
6.
little
Like
after six.
6:03, I think was the exact time.
Yeah,
And then we drove. We
Yeah.
drove.
we drove and drove and drove. For those of you that are not familiar with the state of California, it's very long, and you can drive for hours and still not be out of the state. Kind of like Texas.
Yeah.
And
There's
Florida.
Florida, yeah.
Yeah, they
from top to bottom. That's a long drive.
But I prefer it.
Look, I have friends that drive to Orlando from Ohio, and they say getting through Georgia is one of the most difficult things to do.
Really?
Because because it's a long drive through Georgia as well. And then once you hit the Florida border, it's still a few hours to get to Orlando from Georgia.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. Ours is definitely about a nice
Hike Deep says when he gets up every day at the crack of lunch.
holy crack.
That's a good one.
That's
I like that.
close.
Speaking of lunch, we stopped for lunch in Bakersfield.
Yes, we did.
That's my new favorite place.
Yeah. Does anyone remember the old 5 and dime shop Woolworth? Because that's where we stopped, and it was no longer the same Woolworth that was was
No.
around in the whole 20th century, but it was the same building, and it was a pretty cool experience. We went in and we had lunch at the Woolworth diner. We had burgers and hot dogs and things like that. It was very nice.
It was very nice. And there's the antique mall that was I love antiquing. I love thrifting, estate selling. So I was getting the shakes, almost ready to break out in hives.
Hey, Sherry just joined the team.
Hi,
She
Sherry.
can relate
Hi, Sherry.
to-
Thanks. She can relate to
it.
Woolworth.
So
Yeah, definitely.
And that was really fun. And then it was getting hot, and we wanted to get into Southern California, so we left there.
Oh, now you
and-
see, there's Two Real Geeks says that Disney World is 6 hours from Atlanta, so it's like driving from here to Disney.
Exactly.
It's a 6-hour
it's
trip,
a 6-hour trip.
provided that we don't hit any traffic.
I
And
mean,
you always hit traffic in LA.
yeah, there's pretty much no time. You just have to what is that? The least when you're going from 1A, you hop all the different freeways.
Oh, the path of least resistance.
So you just like maybe get on one freeway for like 3 miles to jump on another one, to get on another one, to get on another one. We did that one time, and I
Yeah.
think we went on 6 different freeways just to go it was like an S to get down to Disneyland.
Yeah, we definitely zigzagged.
It was just like, get off here. Okay. On the freeway. Okay. Off, right on. Because LA's like a grid.
So Patrick is asking how many days left for Charlie. Charlie, I think I can answer that one. I think Charlie and Sophie and Stacy, I think they'll leave tomorrow.
Wow.
So I think they get on the plane. I think they're leaving Massachusetts and then they're flying down.
Okay. It's crazy times there.
Yeah, I watched a video on their channel earlier this week where they received a postcard from Jim of More Sunshine Please. That was hysterical.
Yeah.
Okay, the Shep family just joined us as well.
Hey!
What?
To look at. No, he's geeking out over the whole Toy Story thing.
Yeah, right. That was awesome last night. Oh, Cargo's got 59 days left. So anyway, we left Bakersfield after lunch and stopping at the antique.
After
mall.
going to the 2 antiques, realizing that we need to go back down.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing another trip to Bakersfield so we can go back to the antique area and eat at Woolworth again and then eat at a couple of places that we also found on the way back. So we'll get to that.
Creamistry.
We'll get to that. So, hey, Amy, AJC Magic TV, thank you for joining. Appreciate you being here. So we got to LA and we actually drove east of Los Angeles to an area called Roland Heights, very close to San Dimas,
Mm-hmm.
home of the world's most excellent water slides.
It's off the Highway 60. Yeah.
Yeah. Off the 60 and
Goes from down 60.
The 60 and the
is
57.
East-west freeway in LA. And we got to our hostel. If anybody knows what hostels are. And but we got to our hostel and we were all starving.
Like it was a hostel that needed to come with a map.
Yeah, you know,
This house was weird.
we got in, and right away, as big as it was, I thought we should start putting breadcrumbs down so we knew which path we took to get to where we were going.
It's a very weird
It was a
house.
very big house,
weird house. Was this weird?
but it was an Airbnb, and our entire family that was down there was able to stay in one location.
Well, there were 12 of us.
Yeah, and it was actually pretty affordable
yeah.
for all 12 of us. It was very affordable.
Yeah.
So that was fun. We got to do that, and then the next day we were at.
No, don't skip over that. We actually feasted on frozen pizza from Costco that night for dinner.
Yeah, you finally christened us to
That's
eat
right.
the cauliflower crusted pizza
Yeah,
from Costco.
Ben convinced us that cauliflower was the way to go, and you know what?
it was good.
It was good. It actually tasted like real crust.
I would have doctored it up a little bit, but that's what you do with frozen pizza anyway, even from Trader Joe's. But I actually, in a way, I just didn't care. Mickey's talking.
Yeah, Mickey's talking. Sorry about that.
But yeah, we feasted, and I was in bed a little after 8. I was exhausted. I had enough.
Yeah, you slept about 11 hours
I
that night.
slept
didn't you?
about 11 hours because then we woke up Saturday for the graduation ceremony.
Yeah, we had to go to Pasadena for a graduation. My nephews were graduating from Fuller Seminary, and one got a Master of Divinity, the other got a Master of Theology, and
Now they're super smart.
their sister, my niece, admitted that they are smarter than her now. So
I think all 3 of my sister's kids are smarter than me. We'll have conversations with them, and they're talking all about these heady type of ideas and all that. And I'm channel surfing, looking for the next thing on Nick at Night.
Yeah, no, they definitely are on a different planet and generation. And
Noah, yeah,
so what else?
Buzz Lightyear. Hey, Ryan.
I forgot to describe.
Ryan, that costume, I tell you, I'm still laughing about it.
Yeah, will you please stop laughing? I need to find out why it's so funny.
Yeah, we'll watch it. We will be watching it again. So.
But I want to see Toy Story 4 really bad. I don't know if we can wait until Sunday morning, Ben. We really should do it Saturday morning.
Well, Saturday morning I have...
you have the DMV.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so we can't do it Saturday morning without Ben.
I guess we have to. If you
we'll
want to
be
go,
waiting.
if you want to wait with us, then I guess we'll do Sunday.
Hey, yeah, you know what? There is nothing wrong with Nick at Night. It's awesome. Let's see.
What else do we
We're
have?
doing a little.
We're
doing a little
find out
chat
what's
check
going
here.
on here.
See, Cargo says to Shepfinity and beyond. Yeah, Charlie, thanks for liking the video. Oh yeah, the vlog was very good. I appreciated it. Very good. And Jim is awesome.
Okay, and Sherry is saying, don't make fun of my kids. Sherry, I'm actually making fun of myself because your kids are so scholarly that they make me look like a blooming idiot.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, and then there's Patrick. I want to go again. It was so good. That's good to hear. Yeah, I'm hoping that we can get to Pixar too to see what's going on over there at some point.
Juan has to leave.
Oh, gotta go. I'm at the studio for yoga. Juan, thank you for joining. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Did I see the lucky minute? The lucky minute, Amanda. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here. Okay, let's see. So that was Saturday morning. Then Saturday afternoon, we went to
Route 66 to Glendora.
The city of Glendora, very close to Azusa, which everyone knows is A to Z.
Everything A to Z in the USA.
Exactly. Azusa. So anyway, we were in Glendora. We had lunch at a place called Legends Diner. That was pretty cool. Just regular burgers and fries, kind of joint milkshakes and things. Really good. It was cheap prices.
Very good.
Jeff's wife, Jeff is our nephew. His wife, Chrissy, knew about that place because she went to Azusa Pacific University. She recommended it, saying it was affordable. College students go there all the time. I thought, winner. So
they had really, really delicious fried zucchini.
Yeah, those zucchini fries were awesome.
And then Sherry just...
So we'll be doing a vlog about that too.
Quietly was cursing to herself of hating the 210 because all it was just traffic and gridlock, even on a Saturday.
Yeah, you know what? It was a parking lot.
Always. It's always
The 210. That one goes west to east on the north end of the San Gabriel Valley. And it's just always crowded.
Yeah. It starts at the 5 up in Selmar and then ends
Oh, way out in the Inland Empire.
Inland Empire.
Yep.
It's one of those.
Okay, Patrick is saying, just an FYI, if you watch Toy Story 4, stay after the movie ends for hilarious clips.
We never
We
leave.
never leave. We always watch the credits because we like seeing people's names there. And also, they always include little Easter eggs there. So
Yeah.
definitely.
Where we really want to see it. It's going to be $1 billion movie when it's all said and done. It's going to make so much money.
Definitely. So after we had lunch, we went to a place called
Donut Man.
the Donut Man, a very popular donut place in Glendora as well.
Yeah.
So that was fine. And then we finally went home. Oh, yeah. Sherry's saying, yeah, Tom Hanks, Woody.
Oh, Tom Hanks.
Yeah, definitely.
Sherry went to high school with Tom Hanks, so that's why she's such a fan.
Big fan. Big fan.
Big fan. So that night, instead of, what did we do? We had dinner in.
We had tacos and burritos.
We had
burritos.
We had a Mexican food bar kind of thing.
And we used the leftover French fries from lunch because we had so many to turn our burritos into California burritos.
Right.
Yeah, so the thing
That
out
is
here
right.
for everybody in the West Coast is you get a big giant burrito tortilla, you put crispy French fries, and then all your burrito accoutrements that go in a burrito, and then you fold it up so you're eating fries, but it's called a California burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah, my tortilla.
We're in California.
Yeah, definitely. And then then the next day we got ready. It was Father's Day. So we had breakfast of champions. We had donuts
More
from Donut Man.
donuts.
And then we went off to enjoy downtown Disney.
Megan made this pasta dish
Oh, that's right. She made pasta for lunch.
Father's.
For Father's Day lunch. We had lunch at the house at our Airbnb. And then after
We
that,
loaded up on carbs, and then
for those of you that joined us, we had a live stream through Downtown Disney. That was fun. I was very glad that the connection lasted as long as it did. I was able to maintain it for 90 minutes without even charging my phone. Got down to 20% battery life on my phone. But apparently the stream went well because the coverage was fine. It only lagged for a couple moments in one area of World of Disney, so I backed out of that area, and after that, it was fine.
yeah.
Oh, that's right, cargo, the orange pants, the ones that you could light with batteries.
What is orange pants?
Hashtag orange pants.
What is orange pants?
That was during the live stream.
Yeah, there was this guy that I pointed out that said that guy is wearing orange pants.
When was
During the live stream.
I must have window shopped. I was geeking out on all
Yeah,
the beautiful tchotchkes that Disney was peddling.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, we had a lot of fun with the live stream. That was the first time that we did a live stream for our channel. So we finally got the blessing from YouTube to say, yeah, you can use our app directly from your phone. So we went ahead and did it. Had a lot of fun with it. We were going to do it at Knott's Berry Farm the next day, but it just didn't work out.
No,
So-
Berry Farm just.
So the one stream had to do, and we had a lot of fun with it. So a lot of villagers joined us for that. It was a lot of fun.
We're giving everybody little geeks of Disneyland
Yeah.
trivia of like, oh, there's that. Oh, here's the.
Yeah, and yeah, so we got there and we found that they had a new parking structure just about completed next to the original parking structure.
We were there last July around Disneyland's birthday, and they were just kind of putting the poles on, just going.
They were starting
like
the
erection.
structure.
They were erecting this thing with the poles, and they were actually building the ramp. And it's funny, exactly when you're it later, it's completely finished.
Yeah, it went really fast.
It did.
But
They need that thing.
the original structure is called the Mickey and Friends parking structure, and this one is the Pixar Pals, I guess, or is it? It's Pixar Pals. So I don't know what the levels are called yet, but I'm sure we'll find that out eventually.
One will be probably
But-
Buzz.
But it didn't quite double the size of the garage, but it's now the largest garage on the West Coast, easily.
The two 'cause
Hands
they're
down.
connected. They're
They
now
connected
connected
them. Hands down, they're that
They're
big.
huge.
So we went from the parking structure and we went to downtown Disney, and we were there for 9 hours. It is amazing that you can spend time at the resorts and downtown Disney without even going into the parks, and you feel like you've been there.
Well, it also helps that we've had friends also show up. I mean, we've done that, just us kind of just dwindling the time away. But we had our friends from Sacramento arriving. They arrived. They wanted to hang out with us. Juan Rodriguez met us. So it was kind of like a group. And it seems like it's, Disney, downtown Disney in the parks is like our Cheers. Everybody knows, comes in and wants to say hi. So we just did a lot of window shopping.
Yeah.
And
after the live stream ended, that's when
we ate.
The guys met up with us and we had dinner at the Earl of Sandwich. Just that place is always good. I'm thinking that most people go to the Earl of Sandwich anyway.
Even in the parks.
Yeah, even from the parks. Wouldn't you say that, Ben?
I don't know. I mean, it would depend on whether or not people actually want to leave the parks to go eat a sandwich.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, we've done it because of funds. We've huffed out of the park, went all the way down almost to the Disneyland Hotel, which that's where the Earl Sandwich is. Eaten and went all the way back to the parks.
Yeah.
Get a lot of exercise.
Yeah, that's true. But it's also very close to the monorail station, so you can just...
That's it.
In downtown Disney, the monorail station is right there, right by Starbucks and the Earl of Sandwich. And the Lego store. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, Amanda, the lucky man, says, you guys met Juan? So cool. Yeah, it was cool. Juan met up with us at Trader Sam's. So after dinner, we went walking around a little bit with our friends, and then we said, let's have drinks at Trader Sam's. At that point, Ben said, hey, look, Juan is going to be meeting us. And that's when we met Juan Rodriguez. So I posted a picture on Instagram, so you'll find that on our Instagram account, Pepper Tree Villa. It was really cool, actually.
Hey.
Oh, Ryan, can't wait to visit Disneyland maybe next year. Let us know. Please let us know. We would love to be there when you go.
Yeah.
It'd be great to join you there.
At Disneyland?
At Disneyland. Yeah. That's our neck of the woods. I forget where I was seeing this, but if you, I guess it was last night we were watching D&G Explorers and they were talking about Disneyland. And was it Bob and Ashley?
Bob and Ashley.
They were talking, and they're going to be going there at D23. So we'll be meeting them during D23. But they've never been to Disneyland. And people in the stream were talking about saying Walt Disney World is definitely a bubble. And when you're there, you feel the presence of just magic everywhere you go. Disneyland is not quite that way. It's a different experience. It's small.
Yeah, it's a different type of bubble. It's not as expansive where you get your own freeways and on and off ramps and signage. It's three things all compacted in a couple 100 acres.
Yeah, that's when we found out that Disneyland and California Adventure have a football field between them. It's just 300 feet.
Oh, yeah, I've literally counted steps from the gate where Disneyland tickets.
Yeah,
I literally walked a good basic step. It's 146 steps.
So with his 2-foot stride, it's about 300 feet. So Amanda says, I have a Disneyland question.
Okay.
Shoot away.
Please.
No problem. So anyway, we were there and it was interesting.
We at Trader Sam's?
Yeah, at Trader Sam's. It was interesting.
What did you order? We ordered it in because we wanted the mug.
We got this one mug. It's it looks like a barrel. It says Trader Sam's on the side, and I wanted to do what was the drink? Oh, the shrunken head.
You took the picture of it.
Yeah, the zombie shrunken head. It was a delicious drink, but I knew if I drunk it by myself, I would have been under the table. As it is, we shared it, and I still felt a little loopy. So
and Ben, you wasted it.
I'm glad I wasn't driving. So let's see. With Max Pass, do you enter another line like our Fast Pass line? No, actually, Max Pass is just an electronic version of FastPass that you can get every 90 minutes. You use the same line as FastPass.
Yeah, it's nothing special. You just arrive at FastPass, the FastPass line.
Oh, Lothar, thanks for joining. He's saying you look very blue in those shirts. You guys need to get some of those Hawaiian t-shirts. Ben,
you have one of those your red and blue Hawaiian shirt that everybody was lusting after.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I'm getting a weird echo.
Okay.
Are you guys getting a weird echo?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, you're cutting out.
It's not too bad.
Okay, how about now?
That's good.
Okay. The Hawaiian shirt that everyone was going on and on about, I got as a closeout at the Gap last year. And I think I paid like $7 for it. And yet I get more compliments on that simple shirt than anything else I wear in my wardrobe. It's the weirdest thing.
That always happens.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should do a Life with Ben about your wardrobe, something like that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Food for thought. Yeah, I could. Oh.
Food for thought.
Food for thought.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Take a lot of editing, but maybe we should do just like, here's everything I have in my wardrobe.
That's guy shirts.
It's just guy
Can't be
shirts.
that.
So yeah, Trader Sam's. If you've never been to Trader Sam's, I highly recommend it.
It's a lot different than at the Polynesian.
Yeah.
The Polynesian, they make it like a speakeasy. Disneyland is in the middle of the area of the Disneyland Hotel. And it's actually pretty expansive. It's like a patio with tiki torches and they're playing stuff. And I really like I will eventually see the one at the Polynesian, but
thanks, Steve. Steve's leaving. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you so much for
Steve.
stopping by.
But yeah, they really make Disneyland really stand out.
Brandy and Dave just joined.
Oh, Brandy and Dave.
Or should I say Brandy and Bo Peep?
All right, you need to stop laughing about that video before Doug and I get to see it.
Yeah, I'm getting
Okay.
it's getting really old.
Okay.
Control yourself.
Okay, I promise.
Yeah, if you thought it was so funny, you should just let me see it.
Yeah. By the way, Dave, the wig looked great. Oh wait a minute. Yeah, is it Brandy or is it Dave?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, folks? But we're just 9 hours, and we can say goodbye to all of our friends, and we saw fireworks.
We spent a lot of money.
Yeah,
You
Ben,
did. We behaved. We had
Okay.
a set amount, but
Yeah,
we behaved.
It's Bo Peep watching, so
We actually seriously behaved. You were out of control.
Yeah.
You were literally closing your eyes and grabbing whatever you could get your hands on. It was pretty out of control.
yeah, we did our best to keep on a budget
Yeah.
for what we had assigned ourselves. We said this is how much we're going to spend. We're going to stick to it.
And I already knew what I wanted to go in for months.
We went over by about what, $10 maybe?
20.
20. Okay, we were
That was
over
it.
by $20. So not bad.
Yeah. I knew going in what I needed to buy. They still had, and I was, so it was nothing. I wasn't buying anything frivolous. It was.
Wow.
But for those of you who watch us on a weekly basis, you've always seen Pooh and Piglet off my shoulder over here. But if you notice over here, we've got Eeyore and Tigger that have just joined them. They came home with me from Disneyland this time.
Yeah.
And that's the first introduction to our haul. They'll be part of the video that we're putting together later this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah,
I missed our
definitely.
toffee. We need our toffee after our dinner tonight. We had a really good dinner tonight, but we need toffee.
Yeah, we got some toffee at Marceline's Confectionery.
Yeah,
That's
Disneyland
the candy shop in downtown Disney. It's really good. Great toffee.
So, and then we left Disneyland, and that's when Ben realized when we were going up the escalator, the parking structure, like, we were here 9 hours. I'm like, no way. 9 hours.
Yeah, it was a long night. Long
9
night.
hours. That was insane.
Yeah.
Even longer for me because I drove home after that.
Yeah, you did.
Back to the hostel. That's why.
You did. So then we got up the next day, and this is when we went to Knott's Berry Farm.
Knott's Berry Farm.
Lothar,
America's first theme park.
yeah, Lothar says, Ben, Visa called. They said you're a shopaholic and we need to cut your credit card.
Oh, he did. Let's just say I think Chase is going to go back and Disney and the Mouse are just going to go,
Well, I've got a nice payment coming to them in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yes.
I'm sure you do. We
went to Knott's Berry
Yeah.
Farm, and that's in Buena Park. We had breakfast real quick, and we went into the park, and we did Ghost Town Live. Knott's Berry Farm is a very...
Before you go on about that, we have to talk about the experience that we had buying the water at Aldi.
Oh, yeah. First time ever at Aldi.
We were amazed at some of the prices. I mean, what was like a dozen eggs was like 87 cents or something like that?
It was really cheap. I cannot believe the prices at Aldi.
It was a different type of experience. It kind of felt like a 99-cent store. They had rat poison by dog food. They had just junk everywhere, nicely displayed, but nothing was in any particular order. And the prices were really good. It was just interesting. So I know I got to go into an Aldi.
Yeah, but we needed more bottled water, and I thought, you know what, that would be a good time to pull some money so we could pay for cash for the parking lot at Knott's.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Amanda's saying I'm not a fan of Aldi, not my style. Actually, Trader Joe's is more my style.
I thought they'd be close to be the same. They're not.
No, it's not. But still, some of the prices that we saw on the items, because we went in just for some bottled water.
Yeah, I could say don't need to ever go back to an Aldi. They don't have anything that I can't. It was like our grocery store is actually cheaper, and I like ours.
Lothar is saying that Aldi is from Germany. It's called the Pallet Grocery Store.
It is.
I would agree with that name.
It felt a little.
It felt
warehousey
like a warehouse.
Junky.
It was a cross between Trader Joe's and Costco.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say that's.
But there was no rhyme or reason for anything, and it just felt. It wasn't junky. It just didn't feel like it was very.
Well, it wasn't like Trader Joe's where everything is out of its box and put
very
on the
nice,
shelf.
and you could tell you feel like you're at a really cool thing. Aldi was. I didn't like it. I mean, it was different, but yeah, we went to Aldi for the first time,
and then Knott's Berry Farm, and that's where we hit. You first come into Knott's Berry Farm, which is America's oldest theme park. It's
America's first theme park.
It was built specifically to keep customers of the Chicken Dinner restaurant occupied while they waited for their reservation in the restaurant. So Walter Knott brought in all these old town buildings, a jail, a blacksmith, the old bank, the old armory, just all the old buildings. Everything's there. And so you wander around the town, and it's actually pretty darn cool. You go through and wander the streets. But during the summer, they do this thing called Knott's Berry Farm Ghost Town Alive. It's actually pretty darn cool. The whole town comes alive. Ben, do you want to talk about your experience there? What was the first thing that happened?
Well, when we went into Ghost Town, we were told that if we wanted to become citizens of Calico, which is the name that they give to their ghost town, we were supposed to go to the city hall to register and be sworn in as a citizen of the town. And while we did that, the deputy mayor who swore us in pulled me aside and asked me to be a
a bounty hunter?
Bounty hunter, thank you.
Yeah.
And while I don't think I could be taken seriously as a bounty hunter with what I was wearing, because I was in a bright light blue Hawaiian shirt and salmon colored shorts, I can't think of any bad hooligan from the West taking me seriously as a bounty hunter. So I'm thinking that's probably why I was targeted.
Yeah, you're supposed to find what was his name? Jake or something like that? Clay Mayfield.
Yep.
Yeah, you're supposed to find Clay Mayfield and introduce you, get some information, and then take that information to the mayor as fast as possible. To the vice mayor. He was the one that deputized us all. So that was pretty fun. The whole town, actually, it was very cool. But yeah, you got even the U.S. cavalry coming in and taking over the town toward the middle of the day. Oh, Brandon, Dave. Yep. Dave, got to hit the sack. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
It's getting sleepy time for them.
Ben is on
Janine
the.
is here, by the way.
Sorry?
Janine is here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's right. She was here earlier.
Was she?
I think I said hi already, Janine, didn't I?
I don't know.
Yeah.
My
So-
bad.
But yeah, so Knott's is separated into several themed areas. There's Ghost Town. They have an area called Camp Snoopy that's really designed for kids.
Yeah.
And it's actually a very cool little area. And then they have what's it called?
Fiesta Village.
Fiesta Village, and then the Boardwalk. That's what it's called, isn't it? The Boardwalk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
That's what I thought. The Boardwalk is where a lot of the wild rides are. You'll get like 3 or 4 roller coasters back in that area. There was one called Hang Time.
It opened last year.
It opened last year. And Hang Time is I guess it's the first roller coaster on the West Coast that has a drop that's more than 90 degrees.
Well, it also goes up 90 degrees.
Yeah, it goes straight up and then almost, it's just kind of like they kind of hold you on top for a while where you hang over the edge of the roller coaster track. And then you kind of go down and then dips in just a little, goes more than 90 degrees, and then starts its drop of going to about 6 or 7 inversions. And it's wild. And really, the inversions are done in just such a way that you really feel that hang time. And the roller coaster is named perfectly for it.
And Knott's Berry Farm.
Patrick says I'm there. Yeah,
Knott's
you know
Berry
what?
Farm has some. Really
Come on out. I'll go with you, Patrick.
Classic.
Oh, good night, Lothar. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So yeah, Knott. It's the same family. Knott's Camp Snoopy at Mall of America. It's the same company.
Yeah, Cedar Fair.
Cedar Fair.
I was just looking up when they have they don't really have an opening date for Knott's Berry Farm because it really kind of didn't start like an official start because it was this off thing to keep people busy while they were waiting for the chicken dinner. So at Disneyland, it all started with a mouse that if Mickey didn't, if you can do the reverse engineering of what the Walt Disney Company and basically Disney as a whole in the parks, it started with Mickey Mouse. Well, with Knott's Berry Farm, it started with a chicken dinner.
Yeah, it really did.
It started with
a lot of people say
dinner.
it started with the boysenberry. Well, that's the farm started with the boysenberry, but the real crowd started coming when Cordelia started serving chicken on her wedding china.
And then that they needed to have something to keep the people busy. Then that's a park, but technically they would have Cordelia and Walter Knott came to Buena Park in 1920, so next year is going to be their 100th anniversary.
When an attraction first opens at Disney, usually the first few days, the wait can be 3 or 4 hours long. That was a common occurrence for the chicken dinner restaurant. You'd go, you'd put in your name, and you'd be called in about 3 or 4 hours. So the ghost town gave people something to do while they waited. So that's how it really started.
You want to know a little bit if you feel like you want a little Disney history, but if you just want to know tradition of the America's first theme park, you kind of got to go to Knott's Berry Farm.
It's a small park. It's only about
54 acres.
It's just 50 some odd acres. It's a small park.
It's small,
and there's also even it's amazing chicken. It really is.
It's very good. So we gorged, and Ben has pictures of him gorging. We had lunch there at Mrs. Knott's.
Yeah.
I didn't eat nearly as much as I wanted to. I was having a tummy issue that day, so I ate what I could, but I didn't gorge the way I wanted to, so I could make a really, really, really good Ben Eats Knott's video, but I still got a good meal done at the chicken dinner restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
What did you have again?
The chicken dinner?
I know, but what did you get? The corn, the mashed potatoes, the...
Oh,
what
that.
did you get?
The first flight of food was chicken soup.
Oh, you got the soup.
And then I had I think it was the corn and the mashed potatoes with the 2 pieces of chicken.
And what kind of chicken did you get? Thighs or just the breast? Or...
No, it's just whatever they gave me. I think it was like a breast and a leg.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay,
It's usually one white, one dark.
I got the salad with the boysenberry vinaigrette, which was delicious. Arnie did get the chicken noodle. I'm going to master that chicken noodle, by the way.
That chicken noodle soup is amazing, and anyone that can master that soup,
I will. I
ho.
can.
That is one.
That's my
great
goal.
soup.
Well, I like that it's not like a brothy kind of thing. It's there's some heft to that
It was a thick. It was almost a stew. It was
Yeah.
really thick.
What it was is it reminded me of a very thin, like chili. You know, not as thick, but it was thicker. It was a weird soup, but it was delicious.
Oh.
So I will be figuring that out.
D&G Explorers. Greg keeps saying he wants to go to Knott's again. Derek, let us know. We'll go with you.
I'd love to go. I still have not gone on Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Ghost Rider. I don't know how long the ride was. We just didn't get to that end of the park over there. I did get on hang time. The wait for that one was 45 minutes, so that wasn't bad.
I mean, there's Snoopy. It's a charming,
Camp
small...
Snoopy. My little great nephew
cute.
Alex, he went on this one ride that they call the Huff and Puff. The Huff and Puff is you just sit on a little train car kind of thing, and if you can imagine those train cars where you get two people on opposite ends just that go up and down with a handle like that. It's kind of like that, except that it's by yourself and you pull it forward and backward, just pumping and pumping.
It's like rowing.
It propels it. Yeah, you're rowing. It propels the car around the track that's there. And they call it the Huff and Puff.
Oh, he was fixated on this attraction. He went on it like 6 times over and over and over again. But those were little kiddie rides. It was very cool.
Yeah. It was great. You know, a lot of the typical rides that you see there, you get little swings, a little roller coaster, like balloons, kind of like what you see with the Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind, which is opening soon at California Adventure.
Yes, the Knott's Preserved book is fascinating, and they did an excellent job on that book.
Yeah.
So it really just goes on a lot of history, and like I said, there's a lot of ties to Disney and Knott's Berry Farm, and Walter Knott and Walt Disney were friends. They actually saw each other and hung out, and everybody thought, oh, well, when Disneyland opens, you know, Walter, your little chicken dinner and your little park and your little ghost town is going to go belly up because Disneyland's going to take your thunder. Well, when Walter Knott was invited to the opening day of Disneyland, and later that afternoon, he went to go to his park and come to find out there was no parking. The place was packed. So it was
everyone wanted their chicken dinner.
So it was the halo effect. And so instantly there was synergy. I hate that word, but it did work. So pretty much after that, Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm kind of came as one because they're not far from each other. So
growing up, when Ben and I were little kids, that was the typical family vacation for us. We'd go to Disneyland. We'd start our vacation by driving down, and we'd go to Knott's Berry Farm for half the day, because the park was smaller at that point, so there wasn't as much to do. But we saw everything we wanted to. Then we'd go back to our motel, and then the next day we're at Disneyland all day.
I forgot about the swimming and all that at the motel. That was the real fun part.
Yeah, when you're a kid, it's always about the swimming pool at your motel. Always.
Yeah,
I loved that.
I can't go in the swimming pool. Well, for one thing, I sink, but also if I'm in the sun, I bake like a lobster. So I'm very fragile when it comes to being out in the sun. So I don't like going to the pool because I don't want to get burnt.
I dug the Starlight Orchid.
Yeah. Delicate as a starlight orchid. That's me. I bruise like a banana. I mean, I'm crazy. So yeah, there's this Knott's Berry Farm it's very charming, and it's, I guess, it complements Disneyland. It's completely different, but it is just a nice little, it's relaxing. Where Disneyland, it's very intense, and it's a different feeling. When you go to Knott's Berry Farm, you're just like, you could just relax, walk around, go on some things. It doesn't have the hustle and bustle of us being under the Disney umbrella or the bubble, because that, it's really intense, because Disney's is heavy. It's a lot to take in. It's very overwhelming, and it's amazing. But
Charlie of Disney Nerd Herders is asking, how far is Universal from Disneyland? Probably an hour.
It depends on the time of day.
Yeah, it depends on the time of
Probably-
day. On average, about
an hour.
And
If you know traffic,
between-
it's an hour.
between 60 and 90 minutes.
Yeah.
As the crow flies, it's probably maybe 20, 25 miles. But the freeways in LA are crazy.
Yeah.
And you have to get to LA. You got to go the 405 or the 101
That's it.
to get to
you have
there. And both those freeways are very busy.
it's in Studio City. It's between kind of like Burbank, and it's in the nestled in between the two hills of Hollywood and Burbank, and it's an LA thing. You just have to take our word for it. It's kind of it's kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere, but it's right there in the middle of everything. It's right there in Hollywood.
We do want to get there because apparently the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is really great.
And I kind of want to do the
California.
Simpsons too.
I want to see the Simpsons too.
I mean,
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay, I just did a Google Map search, and if you were to leave Disneyland Park right now and drive to Universal Studios, it's a 35-mile trip,
taking the 5 to the 101.
5 to the 101, and it is currently, at this time of evening, 46 minutes.
That's fast.
That's fast.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's really fast.
There must be a lot of green on the freeway at the
If
moment. On
you
that
go in
map.
the heart of nonstop rush hour, which starts at about 4 in the morning and goes till about 3 in the afternoon, you'd probably be stuck for about an hour and a half to 2 hours trying to get to Universal from Disneyland.
Yeah, in the
That's
middle.
no joke.
Yeah, no joke. So Sherry is saying that I was crazy for going on it. I think she's referring to Hang Time. You know, the interesting thing is that I'd never had any kind of feedback that I could visibly see to see what my body is doing in anticipation of going on a roller coaster like that. And I just recently got a watch that it checks the heartbeat. And as I was getting closer and closer, I could tell that the adrenaline was starting to pump in line. I first got in line, and just getting in line, my heart rate was at 90 beats per minute. And by the time I was sitting in the roller coaster, my heart was beating at 126 beats a minute.
Oh, when you're going straight up like this.
So yeah, it was great. And then I got off the ride, and as soon as I was done with the ride, it was back down to 110, and within 5 minutes, it was back to a normal rate. So the adrenaline was definitely pumping, but it was a great heart. It was really interesting to see that feedback. I know I'd felt that before. I had just never had visible, physical evidence of it. So that was pretty cool.
Now, once we were done at Knott's Berry Farm, if it wasn't bad enough that we had spent 9 hours on Sunday at Downtown Disney,
we got
we went right back to Downtown Disney that night.
Because his nephew decided to say, "Did you know that there was a plush of Mr. Toad?" And that just came unglued, and Ben kind of came unglued. So not that 9 hours is enough. We ended up going back to Downtown Disney.
Oh, Janine got to go. Thank you.
To do a quick little peruse.
Have a good weekend, Janine. Thanks for joining.
Bye, Janine. Bye. And that turned out to be a multi-hour experience because, it was a little shopping spree again.
It was all about Toad.
It was.
We had to go so that Ben could get a Mr. Toad.
And it was not what I thought it was going to be. It was cute, but
a good friend of mine in Ohio, the one that I said takes forever getting through Georgia down to Florida, he is a big fan of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. And when they took it out of the Florida park, he was devastated. But when he found out that you could still get souvenirs with Mr. Toad on it at Disneyland, he said, "Ben, sign me up."
It was cute, but it was like surprisingly I said no.
That's not surprising of you, Doug, because you guys already have so much that you have to be very, very specific in what you collect in your house. Now, while I don't necessarily have a whole lot of room in my place, I'm not sure of what Sean has in his place. So I think his Disney collection is limited compared to anything that you have at your place or I have at my place.
Definitely.
And he was really excited to find out that they actually had a little plush toy. And he said he's going to find its own little glass container for it so he can keep it.
No, I mean he was cute, but I didn't like how he was to talk about what it is. If you go online, it looks like made to knitting, like crocheting knitting.
I mean, it's clever, but it just wasn't what I was expecting.
No.
Well, he saw it and he thought that was really clever, and he thinks it's a really nice plush. So it depends on a person's taste.
Yeah, I mean that's what it was. I mean, it wasn't about the size that I had a problem. If it was just, it was. Again, you have to not really. Well, yeah, you have to be selective because there's just so much, and you just have to sit back and go like, you know what, I can say no to this.
Okay, we're doing another chat check here. I see that John Asegueda just joined. So did Marianne Hermosa. Marianne, thank you for joining. By the way, Juan spoke highly of you while we were talking in downtown Disney, just so that you knew about that.
Yeah, I went off with our friends. You guys ended up talking with Juan a lot.
And happy Thursday night, John. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Just for the record, we're doing a little
recap.
Kind of a trip report of what we went through for our weekend in Southern California.
Because of some family stuff, we ended up extending it. So we were at downtown Disney.
Yeah, that's when Ben's credit card started to melt.
Yeah, that's when and the sister decided to join into the Ranger games.
Yeah.
So there was. I
had said no to artwork on Sunday night, but then by Monday night, I just said, all right, I'm going to do it. And I wound up getting like 2 different graphics of It's a Small World stuff. Yeah,
Did you get both of those? Right. Did you get both of those 2 graphics?
Yeah, you'll all see it in the haul video that we post. I promise.
Definitely. That'll probably be the first video we post. That's my guess.
Let's see how bad we.
Okay.
Bad.
So that was the night. Then we finally left.
After we saw her fireworks, we're like, we better get out of here because we're going to hit major traffic. So
Amanda says Disneyland has the best artwork. They had a lot of Small World artwork. I was impressed with how much they had.
Wonderland Gallery is their fancy
Wonderground Gallery.
Wonderground Gallery.
Wow.
It was quite painful.
I could seriously drop a few thousand there with some of the art that they had, but I just don't have that kind of money to.
There was an original Small World piece that I wanted desperately, but I don't have an extra $3,800 burning a hole in my pocket.
I thought that's $900.
No,
the one original piece was $3,800.
Yeah, the one that had the cobalt blue and everything.
Oh, the real thing.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
It was beautiful. The whole Mary Blair inspired facade of Small World. It was fantastic.
That was gorgeous. So we left.
Yeah, we left
back to the hostel.
and then
we crashed.
We crashed. We said our goodbyes after cleaning up and getting ready, packing our cars and getting out of there.
And we left at
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock on Tuesday. While we were leaving, our niece car decided not to want to start.
Yeah, Megan.
So I got to find out did they get their battery replaced? Did you know anything about that, Ben?
All they did was jump the car, and AAA came out. The guy was a little surly, apparently, and was encouraging them to go pick up a battery right away. But they said, nah, you know what? We're going to take our chances. They drove up the valley. They had no problem with their battery.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, they bought a 3-year guarantee on this battery, and the battery's only 2 years old.
So did they get a new battery?
We're not sure yet. We haven't heard anything about it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, fill us in on that if you can.
I was going to text her.
I want to find out over the weekend what happened with that.
As long as the battery worked.
Oh, Charlie, you're going to hit the hay. See y'all later. And thanks again for everyone's support.
It's almost 8 o'clock.
Charlie, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. We really appreciate your videos this week. Awesome vlogs. Very good. I'm so happy to see that you're going to be ready to go to Walt Disney World tomorrow. You're going tomorrow.
That's so cool.
That's fantastic. So happy for you. So anyway, on the way back, we ended up having lunch in Bakersfield at Firehouse Subs. And then
sandwiches.
And then in the same parking lot was this awesome ice cream shop called Creamistry. Think the word chemistry, but replace chem with creamistry. And they freeze the ice cream on the spot with nitrogen,
liquid nitrogen, and it just
and
takes within
it's
seconds.
amazing. Just creamy, the best ice cream you could think of. We'll be doing a vlog about that too.
Yeah, it's definitely delicious.
Yeah,
and that was a good treat. And then we just cruised on right up.
Yeah, finally got home about 5 o'clock that night. 5:30.
5:30.
About 5:30. Yeah, we really took it.
5:30. I dropped you off at 5:30. It took me another 40 minutes to get home.
Yeah, it would. That's just how far it is. But yeah, that was our escapades to Southern California, and we had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
Sans Disneyland Park, but we did proxy the downtown.
But for us, we actually did a Disneyland vacation without going in Disneyland or Disney California Adventure. Yeah. That was a first for me. I had never just gone to downtown Disney to enjoy the experience of the area. I've never done that.
I've met people and we'd not gone to the park.
Yeah, I've never done that. Yeah, it was sad. I mean, we were so close. You could just reach through the gate and you were in Disneyland, but no, couldn't go.
Yeah, Derek and Gregory did that from D&G. They said, look, we're so close. And they're like leaning against the gate. And we don't go in, but it's really there. So
yeah, but it was a lot of fun.
So, but that's our trip. We wanted to share that with you and all.
Yeah.
And that we wanted to tidy this up because it's getting late.
Yeah. Next week, we have another episode coming of PTV Live. Next week is going to be a show and tell. So we will be showing some of our Disney tchotchkes that we probably picked up on this last trip, but also maybe some other treasures. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have a few guests joining us. So just be on the lookout for the announcement on that.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. One thing we forgot to mention.
Yes.
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. So while Ben is doing that, I'll just kind of talk about what's going on next week.
Well, we got... I guess some people.
Oh, Train the Galaxy's just joined. Hey,
yes.
Hey, the Pod Squad is here.
The Pod.
Great to have you here. So anyway,
sorry about that, guys.
That's okay. The video, the stream next week is going to be a show and tell, and I've invited some people, and we'll hopefully have some interesting conversations with some other YouTubers that will be joining us. I know for one that will be joining us is Rob Fuzz. So he'll be here.
Wow.
And I've invited some others, but be on the lookout for that announcement. I'll be making announcements on Twitter and on Instagram about what's going on. Oh, Ben, go ahead and say that.
Porto's. You forgot to mention Porto's.
It's a really good bakery. It's
a great Cuban bakery in the Southland.
No, it's an amazing place. There's 5 locations in Southern California. Started in 1960. It grew into this big thing that is kind of a destination for a lot of people anymore. I bought 3 dozen cheese rolls on Tuesday to take into the office on Wednesday, and you would have thought that I had treated them all to a sack of gold.
I was wondering how well that went.
They loved it.
Oh, I think you're going to...
I actually had a couple people saying, you were thinking of us on your vacation? What are you doing?
Jack Sandy Claus Logan, thanks for joining. He just hit 600 subscribers. Hey, way to go.
It will grow.
Very good. Well done. That's great. So anyway, Porto's. Yeah, definitely. It's one of those things that you're going to have to do on a regular basis now, Ben. You've started something.
No, he's
what?
You started something here with Porto's.
How so?
You're going to have to take something every time now.
Yeah, you're.
Oh, yeah. I already understood that, and I already got a request for potato balls.
They're good.
Oh,
they're
yeah, the potato balls.
Never had their potato balls, but apparently they are the best.
Yeah, they are.
Sorry, people. No. Guess I'm getting really tired. So, but that's about it. We want to just thank everybody that you joined us and that you wanted to hear about our Southern California escapades.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a great time, and I'm just glad that we could share all that with you.
Yeah.
And again, we want to thank Juan for joining us for drinks at Trader Sam's on Sunday night. It was really, really great to meet him.
Yeah, and I'm hopeful that some other time we will be able to meet other villagers in person. I know we have one appointment coming up soon, but we'll be vlogging that experience, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So we'll be vlogging that, and but you'll find out about that when the vlog comes out eventually. Yeah. And then we also have the trip to Southern California again coming in August around D23. So we're going to be meeting up with some other
big group
of YouTubers at that point.
First time Disneylanders.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun.
I remember that.
Thank you, Patrick. Another great scene. Thank you so much. And for those of you that are going to be seeing it this week, hello, Texas Rider. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here.
Hi there.
For those of you that are going to be watching it this weekend, like us, go out there and watch Toy Story 4. I don't want to be on the losing end of finding out any spoilers.
No.
So
I have to say, by Monday morning, if you haven't seen it, all bets are off. Spoiler alerts galore, because you have 3 days of seeing it. That's why we will see it this weekend.
Yep. Jack Sandy Claus Logan saying, hope to see you guys at the expo in August.
Oh, cool.
Yes, we will be there on property at that time. We don't have tickets for the expo. However, a lot of friends do, and we will be meeting up with friends that whole weekend.
Yeah.
So we'll have a lot of fun with that. But I guess we'll just wrap things up here this evening. And just so that if you're still on the stream, please do one thing. This week, think about your favorite Disney tchotchke or collectible, or your favorite item that you've collected. And if you think about your memorabilia, I will put out a tweet on this as well. But I'd like to see pictures of your favorite item that you purchased at a Disney park or Disney store.
Or cruise line. What is your favorite? It has so much emotional attachment to.
So much emotional attachment, or one thing that you value the most in your collection.
It doesn't have to be expensive. It's just what you value. If you had to take like just a handful or just one or two things, and you had to leave, and you can only take a few things with you.
Maybe it's one of those blinky light thingies from a Disney ice show.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be something. I know. Don't go pictures, because it's a given.
Derek is saying, "Ugh, that's so hard."
You will see my 3, which are actually 4, which are very...
Don't limit yourself, Doug.
No, you already saw the top 3.
You could go from room to room in your home and find something that means something to you.
Yeah, no, these 4.
I mean, there are things within arm's reach here, so you know.
Yeah, there's some.
It's pretty bad.
But the 4, these are the 4 most intense things that have a lot of emotional memories and stories and value.
Can we have a top 100 list?
Or saying, can we have a top 100 list?
Oh, 100 is like saying, who's your top 2 favorite children?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
No, definitely. my 4 I think are, but I can narrow it down. I mean, you definitely know it.
Yeah, I'll have to narrow it down too, because there's quite a bit here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a bit here. So we'll think about it. But yeah, go ahead, and I'll put out a tweet about it this week, and just ask that you post a picture on Twitter or Instagram of your favorite Disney item that you have in your collection. And I know that's really a hard one. If you have to do 3 or 4 pictures, that's fine. I'd love to see that as well. But that's going to be our theme for next week. It's going to be show and tell. So I want to see everyone's favorite items. So we'll do that. And so we'll talk about ours, but then I will also show pictures next week on the stream of other people's items as well. So I guess that's about it for tonight. Villagers, thank you so much for joining us. It's always great to have you here. And I look forward to Thursday nights every week. It's so much fun. So much fun. Ben, do you have anything to say?
Just that tomorrow's Friday, and I'm glad it's the end of the week.
Friday.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone have a great evening, and have a great Friday. Go out and make it a magical weekend too.
Watch Toy Story 4 so we can all talk about it on Monday.
Yeah, definitely. So, okay, everyone, all villagers, thank you so much for joining us. And remember, adventure is out there.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.